Rhett Nichols world. As we move on to our next battle, Dmitriy Brutskiy and Stubstad. Here we go. Brutskiy out front, Mr. Never Settle, coming down in that BMW into that first area and past an inside clip. Good placement. And Stubstad dives in on the inside. He touches the dirt. Gets, he saved that. Thought he was going to go off there past those rumble strips. Looks like, and wow, crazy line by Dmitriy Brutskiy. Hung it out there, then shot in on that inside clip. He does capture a more natural exit outside. Okay. Yeah, just wants a little, okay. All right. Timeout 1 and 1 only is what she's allowed. So she wants to get to that line because she does have quite a bit of time in between now and 16 if she is able to run. Here we go, we get the scenario and unfold that, unpack that. Brutskiy and Stubstad now out front. All right, DJ Stubstad. Now he's pulling away from Brutskiy. Look at the power from Stubstad. Oh, he is way off course. He was way off course. That allowed Brutskiy actually to catch up, and also does not look good as far as line on Stubstad. I want to run it back and see where Stubstad was on initiation. That is very unlike Dmitriy Brutskiy. He saw him throw the finger out the window.
Celebrating now PROSPEC, so
coming down the hill. Let's see what Brutskiy's got for Lance. Brutskiy initiates, lands. I know he's working on his car during the driver intro, so hopefully he's got it where it needs to be. He knows who he's going against, and Brutskiy fills it. Whoa, lands! Comes in hot, almost overshoots it. Going in outside zone 3, gets off course. Brutskiy stays course, and motors back up the hill, so it lands. Some little corrections here and there, and Brutskiy with the clean air.
Do with that or not.
And Lance comes out of that start chicane, plenty of room. Brutskiy, you can see maybe just dialing it back a little bit. He knows he's got a pretty good advantage. Wonder what his son, who was a spotter, told him. So coming into that second outside zone, that's where Lance now looking a lot more comfortable out front. And Brutskiy, he's got good proximity. Lance, you see him kind of, that was good reservation by Brutskiy. You can see him kind of dancing, flirting, and just buffering right there. And then that's masterclass right there. That's why, again, multiple PROSPEC champion Dmitriy Brutskiy showing you why he is. I think Brutskiy, he's guaranteed a podium. Or no, not yet. Whoa. Brutskiy up front. We'll get to that. Here we go. Brutskiy, Rahimi, initiating into that first outside zone. Now coming through very smooth. Rahimi in that chase position. Brutskiy ripping up. This is what we could talk about, the Brutskiy slingshot. Boom, right on it. Rahimi being aggressive. He is only human, but that's exactly what he needs to be. Be him. Be you. I am him. Himothy Chalamet. There we go, Rahimi bringing it on home with Brutskiy out front. Par for the course. Well done. Here we go, Rahimi out front, Brutskiy. So we'll see what Rahimi does. Throttles up, hammers down. Drags it in that first outside zone, very tight to the inside clip. Brutskiy dials it back. Lets Rahimi get to the second outside zone and does not get out to the third. This is composure for Brutskiy. This is very, very calculated by Brutskiy right now. And Rahimi coming up short of that third outside zone. I think that's going to be, unfortunately, all she wrote as he slaps back.
Hey, easy. The bell is rung
multiple times. And going against Stewart, I'd say Stewart got a little bit of a gift there from Brut. He checked him up and threw him off, and he came out unscathed. That's another important one. Here we go, Brutskiy going in. He just ticks all the boxes, so he's got to do a bit of a trust wall here. Stewart comes into that inside clip. There he goes. Very tight on that. Would like to see him bring it out more into the second outside zone, and then the third. That's Brutskiy's way. I mean, just absolutely just textbook for Brutskiy. Stewart, well, yeah, got a little precarious there. Little pucker up, Buttercup there around that last inside clip. For Dale, man, show that. He had the Dale Earnhardt with the cross-checker flags. Yeah,
missed that one.
Here we go, Josh Stewart, Dmitriy Brutskiy. Contact was made, but now here we go. Stewart out front, Brutskiy in the chase position. Here we go, Stewart comes on in. Big angle from Stewart. Past that inside clip, Brutskiy Now in that second, some wavering there by the commander. Now coming into the third outside zone. Brutskiy tucks in, backs off, that smart move. Calculated, but now has to come back. He really brake checked that one, didn't he? Now comes back to the inside clip. Good job by Stewart. What are your thoughts, Matt? Lights extinguished right between them. There you go. Lick the stamp and send it. COD, cash on delivery. Brutskiy out front. Talaska in the chase position. New BMW, old BMW. Regardless of BMW is going to get the victory. Transition into that first outside zone. Get inside clip one. There goes Brutskiy. Little tight. Talaska tucks into the smoke. Now up to that second outside zone goes Brutskiy. Talaska needs to massage it out there. Gets a little twitchy there, going to that third outside zone. Into the flow ground, exiting out of the horseshoe. Into that final inside clip. How are they going to manage? Little deep on that. We'd like to see him push out and massage it. Again, that lead driver needs to create that good platform for that chase car to put the car in the right place. Who's going to come out on top? Can Corey Talaska defeat the dragon? That is Dmitriy Brutskiy. Here we go. Talaska out front. Brutskiy in the chase position. Coming down that big menacing hill. Let's see how he initiates into that first outside zone. Uses all the course, taps the rumble strip, hits that inside clip. Here goes Talaska. Brutskiy wavering up the hill. Here comes Talaska, second outside zone. Gets to that third outside zone, nails it. Brutskiy a little tighter there, a lot more rock solid, hits that inside clip. Brutskiy falls back, now dives in as they exit out. Here comes Talaska into that last inside clip, Brutskiy dives in. Brutskiy not giving him any room.
Brutskiy
well
and Justin
done.
Ruth
was bananas literally yesterday as he's got the slide banana. Brutskiy comes that second outside zone. He knows this track really well. He's doing PROSPEC, he's doing pro, he's doing it all. His son is driving this course. But Ruth is right there in the shadow of the BMW in that last outside zone. Here goes Brutskiy. Wow. The way he threw it in there, I thought it was going into the wall.
I agree.
That was so confident and so precision. Justin Ruth out front. Justin Ruth flicks into that first outside zone. Transition into the second. Very fluid. Justin sees it, but kept it on. He just flirted with the toenail off the edge of the course. Now coming that last outside zone, and anything you could do, I'll be right there.
Yeah,
What I told you. Again, Justin had such good runs yesterday, and going against Brutskiy, you got to think that he has the confidence. And now it's like, all right, I don't care how it looks, let's drive it. It still looks great, but you know what I'm saying? But he's going against Brutskiy, and Brutskiy knows his course, so he really needs to elevate his game. Brutskiy rips it out of the first outside zone into the second. I mean, look at that. I mean, that is absolute textbook. You see Miles of Style into the second, and then hits that clip, knocks out of the way. Brutskiy, great car placement. What you'd expect from him. And Dustin Miles tucks right in. Will lead Brutskiy, chasing him down. Out of the start chicane, Dustin Miles, you can see, get a little darker here. Oh, and he initiates, and that is not what you want. He yanks that handbrake. And it looks like just out of the gate, this is very comparable to, not exactly, but how you start. It's really hard to make that up, but Brutskiy doing a good job there. Flirted with the dirt, run, advancing on, and will go against either Buchanan or Cole Richards. Never Settle, BMW, Brutskiy. It's a good opportunity for him to check grip level.
But having so much attrition here at this track, I think they probably have the data to know exactly where they need to put that car and adjustments at.
So Brutskiy gets the victory, as does Grant Anderson. Brutskiy likes that donut. Richards is going to be a little more that kind of Jerry Johnson energy. Right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So again, black 86s, why not? Here we go. The BMW of Dmitriy Brutskiy out front. He knows this track. And again, coincidence? I don't think so. Chen is in the finals. This is going to be Brutskiy. And Cole Richards, good angle from him. He is in that second outside zone now. Coming through that inside clip, both of them. Again, that right headlight looks like it takes out that inside clip. Cole Richards, gets a little wobbly, gets it, finds some landscaping there. Let's go, let's extinguish those lights. Who's going against Nate Chen in the finals? Is Cole Richards gonna rise to the occasion? Dmitriy Brutskiy, like I said, he is a veteran of this course. Here goes Cole Richards, slams it into that first outside zone. The black shadow lingering.
And now into that second outside zone, Brutskiy now finds himself in there. He tucks it nicely, but he was a little late comer, the RSVP, but didn't show up for the party till later. Nice, fashionably late, and look at Brutskiy pushing around Cole Richards. So Brutskiy aggressive in the chase position.
Here we go.
Was Cole Richards.
Leaving the start line, Brutskiy out front. And comes on into that first outside zone, that boring ride. Is a car collection, and he's sponsored by him this event, and you can see non-stop tuning S chassis getting to the side, and out in that third outside zone. Good pressure there. We know Brutskiy, multiple-time champion, and look at that. Jason comes in. The Havoc looks like more of a good Havoc than a bad Havoc. Yes,
yeah,
sir. Attaboy. Here we go. So again, Havoc out front. Brutskiy, you know he's capable of. He's very familiar with this vehicle. Havoc rips up and rips up. Does not fill all of that first outside zone. That's really going to just affect the entirety of this run, because once you start, you're kind of going off trend. But now look at Havoc. He massages it into outside zone 3 into 4. Both of them dropping in outside zone 4. So a good effort there, showing that car control, showing the on the line. There you go, the accelerator lights on the windscreen are lit up green. Now coming in to that first outside zone, and Kelsey Rawlings taking a way shallow line, unfortunately too aggressive, and dives in on the inside not once but twice, cutting the apex there. Unfortunately, as I was complimenting her first run, this is way out of shape, unfortunately for Kelsey Rawlings and Dmitriy Brutskiy. So it seemed that she was thrown off from the jump, trying to be aggressive. We'll take a look.
Give a good chase.
Yeah, and Kelsey needs to put down just like she did earlier, like you said, and she needs to force an error or get an error out of Brutskiy, but very uncharacteristic of him. There goes Kelsey Rawlings into that first outside zone, and then now into the second. Brings it on in. Would definitely like to see that overhead, but oh boy. And that car just came to an absolute halt.
Yeah, maybe there's some other underlining issues here that we might not be aware of. Yeah, that car looked like it was. Now that we've got a more fuller picture painted here with Kelsey's lead run, or at least half of it anyway, that the car just didn't seem to fully light up.
The lights will illuminate and extinguish, and away they go. Brutskiy got a clean start. The green lights are on, and boom, great aggressive flick. Both of them, and Wills in tow, transition. Tapping that brake real quick. Oh, Wills dives in on the inside, but Brutskiy stays within that second outside zone. Nice clean sweep all the way into outside zone 3. Transition past the hump into the outside zone 4. Right on the corner edge goes Brutskiy, and Wills drops into formation. Great job by Dmitriy Brutskiy.
Yeah, great.
Wills, you got to think again, here he is on the second run. His tires are holding on, and he's going to need to force an error of Brutskiy, who we know can really rise to the occasion. And there is Wills. He does what he needs to do in outside zone 1, goes into 2, gets it there, and Brutskiy dives in on the inside, so he is not. Want to see that overhead view and just solidify what I think is true, but Brutskiy, great proximity. Now in outside zone 4, there goes Wills and Brutskiy in tow. Wow. So I definitely want to see the truth serum, see that overhead. We could take a look at the, again, the first person view. Let's set it here. In the final 4, it's Nate Chen out front, Brutskiy in the chase position. Nate Chen, faint entry into that first outside zone. Brutskiy tucks in. Oh no! He goes off course. Brutskiy way off course in that BMW. Chen does need to complete the entirety of this run. He fills that outside zone 3. Chen needs to hold on. Ooh, a little lift of that back bumper. The little duckbill says quack, but he keeps on keeping on. Okay, and so Brutskiy pulls the line. Looks like Chen tries to pace it. Brutskiy paces it, and Chen chases him down. Like I said, he needs to do just enough. Brutskiy, oh man, that, yeah, oh my goodness. And I'll tell you what, I definitely want to run this back. What? Because I saw some brake lights in places that were very unique.
Okay, that's a good, one way to put it, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's rewind the tape
if
here.
If Dmitry loses this battle, Nate Chen will unofficially be your Formula Drift ProSpec champion. Dmitry must win here to be a 3-time Again, PROSPEC champion, but that's just still in contention. Here we go, Never Settle, that BMW comes into that third outside zone. Carson Ruger, not ideal. He's got some straightening line here. Dmitriy Brutskiy into that last outside zone. Carson wavering in that chase position, that garagistic BMW way on the inside is Carson Ruger. A major advantage. But this is a must-win to still be in contention. So I, again, misspoke there. Mathematically, again, Jerry Johnson 75 back. So, all right. So here we go.
Work to be done.
Yeah, there is a lot of work to be done here. Carson Ruger out front here. Dmitriy Brutskiy, again, an advantage here. Play this strategically. Don't get too aggressive. Oh, Carson gets into that dirt. So Carson goes off wavering there, but Brutskiy, he dials it in. And now into that last outside zone. It's a must-win for Dmitriy Brutskiy to have a shot at the 2025 PROSPEC Championship and the first ever 3-time PROSPEC champion. All right, Zelensky very close to Brutskiy. Now coming into that third outside zone. Look at that BMW. The momentum zone is on fire. Zelensky, look at Brutskiy. He dives in the inside, very uncharacteristic. He does go back outside zone. Zelensky kind of running his own game, but Brutskiy now brings it across. Just back and forth.
Brutskiy's lead runs
That is very uncharacteristic, as you said. So Colin Zelensky out front, Brutskiy in the chase position. Around the bubble goes Zelensky. Oh, he gets 2 tires into that rumble strip. And now into that inside clip goes Zelensky. Brutskiy gives himself a little bit of room. He does need to apply the pressure. Zelensky, a little bit of loosey-goosey here. Goes into the dirt. Now transitioning, a bumper flies off. And now into that last outside zone goes Zelensky and Brutskiy.
Oh, man.
Again, not just a cut and dry event. This judge said Zelensky, one judge said Brutskiy, and one judge said one more time. So if that is any indication, let's go on with this battle. Dmitriy Brutskiy into that second outside zone, transitioning into the third. Big angle for Brutskiy out front. Zelensky, a little shallow, good angle. Now in that last outside zone, here comes Brutskiy. Gonna try to ride that line.
Hello.
Gets into that dirt. That's 3.
Come on.
That is 3 over the line.
This is just the wildest PROSPEC, definitely of the season, maybe in some time.
I mean, aggressive driving. Zelensky in this Fitment Industries S chassis initiates Brutskiy. I think he's going to try to push Zelensky around because he's going to try to force an error here. And there goes Brutskiy. Drops into formation. Zelensky straightens out a little bit outside zone 3. Looks like he's trying to get away. He's chasing him down like he owes him money. And Zelensky brings it all the way through, keeps it where the rubber meets the road, and he's like, I am staying away from the dirt. Dude, that is quicksand or it's